Hi, welcome to Todd Fun. Doing a quick update on what I'm working on with the kids. Been a lot of changes, haven't posted in a long time, but well, I have some old videos in the can. I might edit them and put them up later, so there might be some historical videos coming up sometime this fall. I just don't have time for all the editing, but let's see if we can get this one up. What am I working on? Well, it's forging, of course. Forging is always fun. I got Veronica, my daughter, and my son Alex out working in the forge we built. We built essentially a 12 by 10 awning, sunk it into some good cement holes, so that should be really wind and rain proof place for the forge. So let's go over and take a little look at it. We managed to find some tree stumps and an old anvil and an old vise. A nice buddy anvil. Veronica's pounding on. And then we got a vintage forge. We put a hood on it so that we could work in the wind. Up here in North Dakota it gets kind of windy, and that does help when it's windy out. We can take that off too. I might make that hang from the ceiling and then put a chimney in so I can move this all inside so it's out of the rain completely. This is about a 400-pound original forge, and it's got a crank handle. Alex, can you go ahead and give the crank handle a buzz? Yeah. Okay, and then there's a valve you can switch. So you can, it's actually got a Y valve down there in venting, so you can use this electric one, which you can hear is running right now, and this is how you control how much air comes out of the electric one. And a friend of mine built a Y pipe under there, so just by flipping this valve right here you can switch between using the hand crank or the electric if you don't happen to have electricity. I wonder if I can see the Y pipe better over here. And not exactly sure if this is a quench tank or not, but that's what we're using it for today. Veronica's putting some borax on her metal so she can weld two pieces together. This borax is what you use for cold forge or forge welding, and she just sprinkles it on, and then she once that kind of acts as a flux, and then she can weld things together. So, what are you working on right now, Veronica?
I'm attempting to make a corkscrew like this, but bigger. I made this one too small the other day.
No, that's close. Nice pretty end on it, though. And Alex, you're just helping with the fire?
No.
What are you doing?
Making a knife.
Oh, you're making a knife? Is that what that railroad spike is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a railroad spike out walking the dog last night. Why don't you pull it out and show what it looks like so far?
Prison shank?
Yeah, my prison shank, so.
Oh, he's making a prison shank.
Not really.
Hold it inside it and high so I can get a picture of it. Oh, hold it high. Oh yeah. Boy, that's red hot. Wow.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's like medium glowing.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna get hotter than that, huh?
Oh yeah.
And then we're using smithing coal, which we order. But we can use other things. You can use wood, charcoal, and you can use just wood. It just doesn't last as long. And that's going to be a corkscrew remover, or wine bottle corkscrew remover eventually. It's got a twist in it, and it'll probably have a nice heart handle like the little one did. It might look like this one, but about twice as big, hopefully. And then, of course, clean it up real good.
I'm sparkling, Veronica.
Okay.
I'm out of the way.
Yeah, that's good. Whoop, Alex is bringing out his railroad knife. Literally out of a railroad spike. Okay, Veronica says she's done with her first few bits for the day, actually the weekend. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you worked on and what you built?
Sure. So this weekend I made a wine cork remover, and then I also attempted to make a knife. And so these things started out as just round stock for the wine cork remover. And this was the first attempt. It was too small. I do like how this turned out. I can probably keep this and do something with it. But in general, it's too small. But the forge welding came out well. It kind of melted the end, so it wasn't able to be used. This was my second attempt, much larger, but I couldn't use it because I kept having cold shuts. You can see those here. You can kind of see it here. I didn't clean the metal well enough before starting, so I wasn't able to use it. I might be able to cut it here and use it for something in the future, but the part I needed, couldn't use it. And this is attempt 3, and this came out well. This is the finished product. Got a nice twist in there. Got it the right direction. That was another reason why I didn't like this one, is I had it on the wrong direction. Got a nice little oblong heart, kind of, so it's a little asymmetrical to kind of give it an artistic twist. And then you can twist it into your wine cork and then yank it out like this, provided you're strong. We'll see if I can do it here in the future. Here's the wine cork opener. Let's see if we can get it in there. Boy, it's like moving the cork. Oh god, I'm tearing the cork. Oh no! Boy. We'll get the cork out a little bit at a time. Ha! It works! Enough! There's not too much cork bit in there, but yeah. There you go. It works great. Okay, so the second thing I made was this knife, and this knife started out as a railroad spike like this.
Amazing.
And originally I just had this, I kind of had a different plan for it, but I had this knife bit forged out, and I really liked it, and then I tried to do a crazy, what's called a pineapple twist on this, on the old one, which I'll do in the future, and hopefully it looks good. But that's where you grind lines down the side, twist it, grind again, and then untwist it, and it makes this really cool, like, dragon scale looking handle. But I completely messed it up. So to kind of get out of that, I hammered it flat, kind of kept this curve to keep with the railroad spike theme going, and then I just bent it a little bit, and now it has a decent handle. In the future I might put a wood handle on it, so I might drill some holes through this and make it a little easier to hold. Right now it's kind of small, so it'll roll. Also, it's not hardened or tempered, so it needs to be hardened, so that's why it doesn't have a super great finish on it, because it needs to go back in the forge, get hot, and then get thrown in some oil. Yeah, so that needs to happen. This has been hardened. It has not been tempered, but it has been hardened, so it'll keep from unbending when you put it in the wine cork and try to pull it out. So, there's the prize.
Okay, I think that's your first knife, right?
It's the first knife.
Wow, first knife out of a railroad spike. Okay, well, good luck in the future. So, I'll try and post more videos when I can, but I'll put this one up real quick just so you know I'm still around. Play Santa Claus now too sometimes. So I do have some other videos, like I said, I might post later, but let's get this up and going so you can see how things are going with the forging project. So, thanks for joining.